Curiosity Kid back, and today we're going to be finishing up part 1 with part 2. So I put the motor in with the jacket on it. If you're watching this video, go check out my last video about this because I showed putting this part together. And this is all 3D printed. So let's get started. So I've already glued some bottle caps on here. So all I did is I printed this piece, the white piece, like that, and then these pieces are just bottle caps that I sawed off bottles. And it's got the screw part, so it keeps everything sealed. You could like design something on the 3D printer, but you're not going to get the best seal. So it'll look like that. So, yeah. So we're going to attach everything, and then I'll still like silicone everything up, and then we'll let that dry, and then we'll try it out, and then I'll have, in a few days, I'll have the testing video to see how hot this motor gets with the cooling on. With no cooling on this motor, and even with the wheel off, it got to 60 degrees Celsius. So yeah, hot. And when you touched it, it was like very, very hot. I'm just hoping it doesn't melt the PLA plastic, because I mean, PLA starts melting like 170, 180, it starts getting soft. For it to like really like just melt away, it's got to get like 200 degrees Celsius, so that's pretty hot. So there's 2 pegs here. I don't know if you can see that. I'll zoom in. These pegs are for like extra pieces for your slash, like the stuff that hooks up to your phone. You can see all the telemetry, like motor temperature, battery voltage, how fast you go. But I don't have any of that, so this is open for me. Suppose you could put it maybe over here, or somehow fix it to the top of the battery here. But this is where we're going to be putting our battery, on top of this. I could hook it up to this, but I wasn't really prepared for that. So we're just going to be using a nickel cad. Yes, a nickel cad. Not a lithium, but that's okay because it works. Nickel cad, we're going to just zip tie it onto this. And yeah, so I've got that charging right now. So eventually I might make it so this can hook up in, but yeah. Well, let's get started. So I think we'll glue this on after, because first of all I've got to make sure this seals here and test everything. Because if I tried testing it with this, not like silicone or anything, the water shoots out these side cracks. See how it's square? I didn't design this, but I designed this piece, but I didn't design this pump piece. Software, I just stuck this on, made it one piece, printed it, and now it's like sealed because it's all one piece except for this and there and then this. But yeah, so we're going to take, and then if we've got some screws. This was in the Traxxas little bag, your parts bag. So yeah. It would have been better to do this before, but anyway, we'll just stick that on there. Sorry about that, the camera ran out of memory, but anyway. So yeah, we got all that done up. So, what we could do is, now we're gonna make everything watertight. So, we're gonna take some silicone. Probably gonna want to print this 100% infill. Just push that down there. There. Oh, it's kinked. There we go. Perfect. Yeah. So 3S, it runs very hot, but hopefully this changes that, and then we'll stick this on. But first we gotta test how this works. So I'm gonna let this dry. So now it's attached. Now we're going to pour some water in and test it. So okay. There. Okay. Whoa. Wrong way. Clean up this. This is still leaking, sadly. So I've got to figure out how to fix that. It's just a nickel cad 9.6 volts, and then we'll just stick it there, attach a switch and everything, and yeah. So I'm gonna clean this up, and and then I'll glue this back in place, and we'll be right back. Okay, so it's another day because I had to figure out how I was gonna do this. I uploaded some like little elbows so you can hook your tube in, but you'll have longer tube than this when you do this project, if you do this project. So now we're going to be putting this on like that, and we're also going to be putting a little So, see this? So the blades are open there. So if you put ice in there, which I will be doing, it'll melt eventually and start getting caught in the blades, and then it'll stop. So what we've got to do is we've got to take some plastic or even some mesh if you have some and put it across here or even across here. But yeah, and then the ice cube won't get caught. So that's what we're gonna do. Let's see. Some failed 3D print. So, and by the way, I filled this reservoir overnight and it does not hold water. It leaks a little bit out the bottom. So if you do this, maybe you wanna, and this is 100% infill, so maybe you have to print at a lower, yeah, like smaller. I did 0.35 millimeter. So yeah, not the most watertight. Because if you do it smaller, you'll get a better seal. So now we'll just fit this. This laying around, so it's obviously not going to fit right away, so we'll just, I might update the file, but it's kind of got to bridge that, so you guys can always tinker around with it. There. There we go. So how this is gonna work is it's gonna be, I don't know if you can see that, I'll zoom in on it, but it's gonna sit a little bit up so the water can still flow under, but the ice cube will float because ice is lighter than water, so it'll float and it won't go past, so the water can flow under, but the ice cube won't go past. So we'll just trim this down. To about there. So hopefully that maybe what we'll do is we'll stick it on here. Let's see here. We'll stick it in the middle here, I think. Yeah. So, we'll take some hot glue or epoxy or whatever you guys have. Just some type of glue. Just a sec here. It's caught. Okay. So I got the hot glue problem fixed. Now, you may want to, yeah. Ooh. Okay. So we'll just clean this up, put this back in the scrap box. Here. Up. So, which way does it fit? This way and this way. Okay. So basically, anyway, it'll fit. It's a square. So we'll flip this upside down. I need more hot glue. Okay. So that's just straight in the middle. While that's drying, I'll talk about this. So I've got a heat sink. It's a fanless design. It's basically just a heatsink, and that I got it on an old computer. And yeah, so eventually I might do a video on this, but I'm gonna I'll cut this, print a little piece for this piece here, and cut this, and then print a piece where this will sit in on top, and then the water will flow under the heatsink, and that'll help a little bit more with cooling. So I don't know where I'll put that exactly, but yeah. So now that's pretty sturdy. Here, I'll just switch the camera angle so you guys can see. Okay, so this is this piece up close in here. Water comes in, goes here, gets pumped out, and now you can kind of see my bracket. It's just made out of straws, which you can do too, but I'll there's in the files there's a like bracket that, yeah. So I'm gonna add some water. We'll glue this on because, yeah, then it'll just, I can properly test it. And hot glue, it comes off anyway pretty easy. That's why you probably, on this part, you probably shouldn't use like anything that'll stick really hard, because you want to be able to get this off later. Because if you get like a jam, or I don't know, something happens that you need to fix, or this falls off, or whatever, right? Okay. There. And that's another reason why I printed this piece and this piece separate, because then I can get in, and the impeller, I didn't really think of this, but the impeller would get, yeah. Is it going the right way or wrong way? So I don't know if you can see that. Oh. Ta-da! It works. And then we'll add some more water, because water gets in here and gets used up, and it's leaking, but this is kind of a prototype, but yeah. So that's kind of a test, but now I'll put the camera back and we'll solder everything up. Okay. So yeah, probably after every use, you're gonna want to probably empty it, because the water will probably get dirty, for one, and it's leaking, which I hadn't planned on, but yeah. So you could take silicone and like paste it around, which I'll probably do off camera, because these videos are getting long, and yeah. But let's solder everything up. So, ooh, I forgot my zip ties. Oh well, I don't need them for this part. So I'm going to dry the battery off. So this is what I'm using. I think I showed you before. But yeah, high tech, right? The cats. So since this is waterproof, the water doesn't bother it, right? But I don't like when things leak. But anyway, so we'll cut this up so we can attach our switch. Here's our switch. It's just a normal switch. You don't need anything special for this. Here, we'll put the lid on here. So, I'll just put this down here while I tin the switch. So, solder. Okay. Okay, now we'll bring the car back up here. Ta-da! So it's all working. I'm getting some JST connectors, so I'll probably do a plug here so I can unplug batteries, and because I don't know where to buy these and they're not the best. So yeah. So we'll just turn that off. And then glue everything. So yeah, so and then I'll do a test video because you want to see the difference of temperature. So thanks for watching, subscribe, like, share, comment. Please comment, I like to see your comments. See you later.